Hey, good morning. Looky what I brought in today. Oh my God. It's I'd like to say it's little Marty, but this guy's got his own personality. Everyone welcome Zach DeGarmo. You want to say good morning, Zach?
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, he's full of cheer today. All right, we are going to do the birthdays and the prayers. And Zach, it's a lot of fun seeing you here. Kind of was excited about this one, but
Thanks.
after we do the birthdays and prayers, Zachary is going to get into it, and of course, I'm going to do whatever I can. Marty might pop on, who knows? But I don't think we need Marty. I think we got the Zachary here. We're going to be good with that. But we love you, Marty. You know that. I love you, Zach. I love Marty. Uh, Ask before we love you, and I love every one of you. Let's do this today. Happy birthday, Deban Tapati, pal. You're gonna love the way I say these names, Zach. Stephen Johnstone, I know you. Linda Rabich, happy birthday. Chad Davis, happy birthday. Abdul Gopher, happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Ravandar Madaf, happy birthday. Jagbert Bora, happy birthday. Jim France, happy birthday. And Jimmy Scholl, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a blessed day. It's beautiful in Michigan today. Wow. Is it raining there still, Zach?
Yeah, it's gonna rain one or two.
Yeah, a little water. A little water makes the grass grow. All right, prayer for healing, excuse me. Megan Mitchell's asking for prayers. Norelli's sister yesterday, as you see when we were on the live, her niece called her and said, my sister's on the way to the hospital. She has had some stress. She got shingles. She's back home, but she's in a lot of pain. If any of you ever had shingles before, it's pretty painful. I've not had it. And years ago, I think I had it, but I know it is painful. So let's pray for her. And Relly, you did excellent yesterday. Fahir's grandson, Armin, we're praying for you. Robert Stifler and his wife, we're praying for you. Dustin Grove, we're praying for you, which is his operations on the 17th, which is coming up here. Lots of prayers. Margaret Seagroves, we're praying for you. Anitra, we're praying for you. Daniel, my niece, we're praying for you. Zachary DeGarmo, I got you on here. We're praying for you. Although it looks to me that the prayers are working for you. How's your leg doing real quick? Good?
It's really good, actually. Everything came back. The blood work came back so far good. They just want to shut some veins down in my legs. So,
Oh, that's never fun. I don't know how you do
yeah.
that.
I don't either.
Peter Rogers, we're praying for you. Phil Lard's mom, we're praying for you. Richard Merlano, Don Riviera, Anuria, I get that one wrong. Kathy Krusky's mom, we're praying for all of you. Dave Varath, Fat Mata, Teresa Pierre, Eugene Roan, Sambu Kundu, we're praying for all of you. Sir Jamani Narziri, we're praying for you. Wally Cochran, isn't that a funny name? That's a great name. We're praying for you. Melissa Ann, and her neighbor and her friend Sam, we're praying for you. Jerry Nix, we love you, brother. We're praying for you. We got you. Myra Quino's mother, Nellie. Can you say hi to Nellie? I like doing this to everybody.
Hello, Nelly. I know I can't remember how people usually do it.
That's good. You did it perfect. You made us smile. God's time Thomas and his father, Brenda Herr, Bob Pierce and his wife Mary, Stephen Brocklers, Norelli Workon and her sister again, Bill Must and John White kicking those videos out, and we're praying for you, Bill. Keep up the good work. I like that you put it in German, John and Bill. I told Angie I'm going to do what I can. Marty can't do really nothing in the hospital, but if you could keep doing those in German and any other language you want, that would be great. We love you for it. Bruce Gerstein and his brother Edmund. Is that brother Edmund? Judy Miller and Russ, Pat Parrott, her daughter, and her neighbor Dennis. Chloe, Julie, keep praying for them. Judy Reese, Tina Midcalf for that liver. Terry Thompson and her mother, Loretta, and Terry sent me an update yesterday. Her mom is out of the hospital. She's doing better. She thanks everyone for the prayers, like they all do, and that's great news to hear. We're going to keep her on that list for a little longer. John O'Cott, we're praying for you. Roy Davies and her eyes. Cindy Hopkins, Grace Tam, and John William DeLorme. Harold Fox, still haven't got an update. Harold, give me that update, brother. I'm worried about you. What do I say about Ruthie Pace every day? Come on, Zach. I know you've been paying attention.
Sometimes I'm at work and I get
Say
people talking to me. I don't always think. I'm going to be honest.
we say we love you, Ruth Base. Come on, give me a big one.
We love you, Ruth.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. We're praying for you, Ruth. She sent me a small update. She still needs prayers. I ain't taking you ever off the list, Ruth, so don't you worry about it. Red and Jane's mothers and the Redferns. I believe Red's coming on at 1 o'clock today, so don't miss that. He sent me a message, and I got a million messages today. I haven't caught up on him yet. Sandra Fenning's mother, Seeds Academy, P&G. Ash Mafara is kicking. He's moving, and he's grooving. Have no fear. Hope is there. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mafara. We're praying for you and your family. Marty DeGarmo is doing really good, actually. He lost some more weight. He's looking good. His face is looking thinner. He's feeling better, and things are up. So keep those prayers going for him and pray for Dawn and Zachary and his family. Thank you, Zach, by the way, for supporting your dad like you do with the rest of your family. Every day he goes up there and visits his dad, which I love. You can throw some prayers at me, my daughter, my son, their husband and their wife, the grandkids, the doggies, everyone. My kid's mom. We'll take the prayers. We love prayers. So people fighting and beating cancer. Sedania Roy, Nancy Vang, Adriana Dodds, Carl Everett, Tina from my work, Phil Smith, Kenneth Fung, Tom Taylor, Dana Darius, Robin Noble, Miss Jean, Chang Yang, Joyce and Melvin Hicks, William Carmichael, and Patty Prescott. We're praying that God takes away that lousy cancer and heal all these people and brothers and sisters, not only on this list, but in the world, Lord. Please stop these wars. We don't need them. We want peace and love and happiness. Amen. All right. We're going to get into it. Let me introduce you to this guy. Now, I met Zach for the first time a couple of weeks ago when I went over to New Jersey to visit his dad. Had the pleasure of breaking bread with him and his wife. His wife is phenomenal. They call her Toby, which I didn't find out till after the video. Really, really nice, both of them. Got to know Zach pretty well. Actually, because Marty got sick, I got to know Zach really good. And it's a great thing. So what we're going to do today is a little different because Zachary is one of the children of a founder, and Marty is his dad. We're going to discuss a little bit about what he's gone through, how he feels, his excitement, anything he wants to talk about. And boy, does he got a big dog. Let me tell you that. All right, Zach, the floor is yours. Bring the heat, brother. Bring the heat. Really try not to embarrass your dad. Hint, because I love that. All right. On that note, right. Mr. Zachary DeGar. I heard the old man pop in.
Here he comes.
I don't want to turn him on. Let's just leave him out there for a minute. Go ahead, Zach. The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm Zach, Marty's son. There he is. For some reason, my screen. There we go. Oh.
He's playing music for you.
Oh, okay.
Can you see us?
Mark? Can you hear me, Dad?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just listening. Somebody might walk in any minute. So.
All right. Well, keep yourself muted, Marty.
Okay.
Zachary, as your dad just did it again, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm Zach. I kind of got introduced to Massive through my dad, obviously, and it was like, I think it was 2018. I thought he was weird. He had this hat, and it had a logo I've never seen before. And he just points to the logo, and he goes, "This is going to change the world one day." And typical kid, not kid, but I was thinking my dad is nuts right now, So then it went on. I started seeing his lives and started seeing people in the feeds and started seeing that it wasn't about a logo necessarily. It was about the people that were involved. And I saw the chat and love and prayers. And it's like, you see hate things, but the general thing is love, and people actually care about each other. And if you have that you have everything. So I just kind of followed. And when my dad got sick, it got crazy for the entire family. And I just saw the outpouring of love from everybody involved. I got messages on mine. I've seen my dad's was full of like 500 at one point. Just everything. And then when we got to meet you and Ash came, it was like crazy as well. And I always heard stories about Ash. He's a different type of guy and all this other stuff. My dad's like, you don't know him, but I'm only hearing stories from my dad, you know? So, and I always trust my dad because my dad, like me, he doesn't lie. So I just take him as his word, but it's like until I see it, it's just talk until I actually meet this man. So when it was more than I expected, you know, like the way he treated my dad, the way he treated Chris, my family, everybody involved, and took the time to make each person feel like he was there for them. Just my dad. And then the way he had like a little intervention in the middle of nowhere. The floor was his, and he just took the whole opportunity to talk about how my dad to do better, and it's for him. And he's not just doing this for him; it's for the millions of people going to be affected by him in the hospital if he was to not take it serious and something was to happen. So it was just a tremendous experience, and just made me really appreciate everybody and all the prayers and everything and how they've worked.
Very good. Zachary, I got to ask you a couple questions, What
Okay.
was it like growing up as Marty, your dad? I know you told me some cool fishing stories, and your dad he still is a pretty cool guy. What was your favorite story that you could tell us about your dad just growing up? Not even in the impassive era, but
Well, as soon as you said fishing, it popped in my head. But my uncle and my dad took it. I was probably a teenager, like young teenager. And my uncle is like last type of fisherman. He could catch a fish in a fishless pond. Okay. Whip a lure right in between two sticks in the middle of the woods. Like he's unbelievable. So anyway, we're along this bank and he's constantly casting. He has one of those fly ones, like where you got to stop finger. So he's whipping it and you could hear it. It's like a whip. So I'm walking along the bank, my dad's walking, every once in a while he's just whipping into the water. Well, I walked behind him, and this dude in the top of my head right here. So we all are on the bank. My dad is over top of me and they're trying to figure out, and my dad's looking at my uncle. My uncle's like, I've done this before. My dad said he had that look in his eye like he never's done this before. You know what I mean? And it was deep. It was a treble hook. So it had 3 hooks, but like I think one of them was in. And the first couple seconds, my uncle wrapped around the string and was yanking it straight out of my head. And I scout like yanking in and out. My dad's like, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, yo, you can't do that. So finally my dad figured it out to push so my dad's over top me pushing as hard as he could the top of the hook while he looped and they ripped it out of my head. But yeah, it was always some interesting thing when you'd go fishing. A friend has had a crazy, it's another time story, gone fishing and crabbing, but yeah, we've always had an interesting time.
crabbing, that was the other one. But let me switch it back. So I was there when Ash walked in. We went out to dinner afterwards, and I kind of warned you guys how this guy is. Give us a little explanation how you felt at dinner that night with when Ash took us all out to dinner.
It was almost like it's gonna be stupid, but like the movies with like a king when they walk in and like all these trays of food walk in and you just grab this and you point at that and they bring it over. It wasn't like that, but it was like that because he was very respectful and he was like making sure they were all okay and they would bring it to him and everything was great. But he ordered almost everything on the menu, way too much food. We were almost done eating, and he said, "Yeah, I need to order 2 more platters of fish." And I looked at my wife, and she looked at me, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe that's to go." And no, instead, he was telling Chris, "No, me and you were splitting this one, and Dawn's eating more of this, and we can bring some to Marty." And yeah, it was just insane. Just completely worked the entire room over, and he was just very individual.
Yeah, he wasn't just there with us, and we had Marty on the phone so he can enjoy it. I had him set him in the middle of the table, and of course, at this point, we forgot all about Marty. Oh wait, we got Marty on the phone here. But Ash actually went out and worked the restaurant, walked around, taking little candies from each dish because he knew I liked these blue colors. Um, he made the servers or the waitresses feel like $1,000,000. The lady could not help but keep coming back and talking to him. And then he just disappeared. Where is this guy? He's working the whole restaurant. And that's what I try to tell people. And I'm glad Zach got to see this because a lot of people don't realize this is what Ash Mafara does. He wants to give everyone the attention. He wants to make people feel good. And I'm pretty sure the DeGarmos, even Patty, the funniest thing, I said, Ash, I'd like to call your wife and thank her because Ash and his wife had bought us some gifts. And he calls her up and Patty says, let me talk to her. Remember this, Zach? He says, Ashman, you need to come down here. You should have came and kind of control your husband a little bit. And of course, I'm laughing. And Ashman, she's on loudspeaker. She says, that's my Ash. That's what he loves doing. No, but he's like buying everything on the menu. He loves to treat people. He loves to make people smile. He loves to put healthy food in these individuals. She goes, and this is Ashman's final words, which I love. She goes, that's Ash. Trust me. Just enjoy it. It's going to get better. And this is what he did. He came down and I was trying to stay in the background, believe it or not. Yeah. Me?
I see it, then.
I'll look at it in a second. I don't know if he sent it to you or me. But
it's me. I saw it.
The whole thing about this guy is what I want people to know about is he does care. Anyone that walks in front of him, he gets a hold of. Just tells them how great they are. I think he walked in the DeGarmo family. And, of course, the younger kids, Alexa, Jaden, Shorty, JJ, formerly known as Shorty. I think we're just blown away by this guy. I think they've seen a whole different kind of human being when he came into the room. I sit back and watch because I love watching him work. But greeting everyone with a hug and a smile and his cologne. Woof, I still got ash smell on me here. And he sprayed everyone in that day in that room. But give me a little bit of feeling, Zach, of just him going to see your dad and the experience it felt like, because you knew that your dad talked to this guy for a long time, but never really met him. What did you feel like when Ash came in and kissed him on his neck, on his head, and just gave him a big old huggy? What did you think about that?
It was so strange. It was like two, I'm going to put it in like younger terms, gamer friends met online for the first time, and it was just like the smiles on both their face because Ash was excited as my dad was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which made it actually probably more excited. Like he acted like he was meeting Ash. You know what I mean? It was Marty, you know. It made my dad feel like almost like the roles were reversed. But yeah, it was just love was like the overwhelming in the entire room. So.
And what about the time where your dad was thirsty and his sister had a pop? Give me some of that. You don't drink pop. What did Ash do?
Oh, don't do that. That's poison.
He pulled it right out of his hand.
Poison. Pulled it right out of his hand. He scared me so bad with it that when I always order a soda, I ordered water. I was not getting smacked around with that. I was not playing that. I was like, I'm good.
He's pretty he's like that all the time. I mean, when we went back to the room, Marty had some jerky, some was it beef jerky sticks or whatever, Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Ash walks in with all this food, and I'm right behind him watching all this. He looks down and he sees all these Slim Jims, and he says, "No, no, no, Marty! Grab the Slim Jims and dunked them. A Michael Jordan dunk into the garbage can." And I'm looking at Marty, and he's trying to tell you don't want you eating this junk. He wants you to healthy. And then again, we went into the hand feeding of the fish, everything good, and the neighbor. I mean, I think everyone in that facility was saying, "Hey, bring us some of that stuff," you know. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ash would. I'm pretty sure Ash would do that. That's just who he is. So what else did you get out of that? We had some crazy stuff happening. What did you just think overall? What did you think? After you've seen this guy and you've heard all these lives for years, and of course, we all got our kids saying, "Come on, Dad." What did you think from after meeting him for over an hour? What was your final thought on this amazing company and the things that he's doing?
My honest opinion when I met him, I don't know how much my dad has said about our church on here, but like it kind of felt like he was somebody from our church, like the way, because like growing up in our house, it was no weird thing to go visit Indiana, somebody I've never met, and go sleep on their couch, sleeping on the floor. So it's like it was that feeling with some stranger I never met that wasn't in the church, that has knows nothing of my background, knows nothing of my beliefs or nothing. So it was really strange to see, you know, to feel that welcomeness to somebody that doesn't know that they share anything with you. You know what I mean? Because also growing up, my dad always did the same type of thing. Friends, we had friends growing up that lived at the house. My best friend Jay, who actually lives with me now, he's trying to get back on his feet. He lived with my dad for a while, even when we were growing up, so that his dad one time called my dad and just started reading out numbers. And my dad goes, "What's that for?" He goes, "I figure if he's going to live with you, you might as well know his social security number." So we've always had, like, you know, so it was like, it wasn't strange to see. It was strange to get, because we do it, but everybody else is that way. It was just really, it's hard to explain, but really great thing to feel.
Absolutely. I want to know, does your dad have anything he wants to ask you, Marty DeGarmo? I hear birds singing.
Yeah.
I think those are mine.
You have bird sack?
Yeah, out back.
Oh, okay.
I have the door open, door crack.
Door crack. Is that anything like DoorDash? I'm just kidding. No, we had like I said, I got married early, so I had children when I was young. My oldest daughter, I was 22. Zach, you were born 1985?
86.
86.
Good job, Dad.
I was 26 years old. And we did a lot of stuff at home. We didn't have a lot of money, obviously. But everybody came to our house. Everyone. People would be spending the night, and I even forgot what Zach used to say: "Don't ask Mom, ask Dad."
Yo, because the thing was, if you asked Mom first and she said no, and you went, he always cares about what Mom says or Mom cares about. So if you asked Mom first and she said no, and you went to him, he'd say, "Well, what did Mom say?" So now it's a no anyway. You're better just going to him first and letting him smooth it over with her. You know what I mean? We finally figured it out.
We wrestled. We did crazy stuff. And what a small house. Looking at it today, I'm going, we did all that there. But no, it was.
Remember when we were wrestling in the living room at like 11 o'clock at night? Mom had to get up at 3 a.m. to go do newspaper, the Philadelphia Inquirer newspaper, and we're wrestling in the hallway. And my mom comes walking down on the camera. You can see her, and miserable in the hallway. My dad goes, What's up? They woke you? We were like screaming in the hallway of a 950 square home.
Yeah. I said, wait a minute, they woke you? No, but we had a lot of fun. Good kids. Zach and his friends. Jay, like he talks about, we practically raised Jay. He was there every single day. Good kid. But I thought, if the kids are around you, at least you know what they're doing. We played Madden. We did all this fun stuff. So, and like I said, today was a good day for me here because I lost another 4 pounds. I just got done walking with the rehab, and even after walking, I never dropped below 90, which is a really big deal. So I got the doctor coming in 45 minutes. Then I got to go to rehab at 11 for at the gym. But no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. So yeah, I'm glad that Zach came on. I'm glad he saw everything because, like you say, you could talk about it, and nobody in their right mind, and I can market, no doubt about it. But nobody in the right mind would get into a business, a marketing type business, AI, whatever, and do it for 6 years free, unless there's something bigger. And Zach saw it. There's something much, much bigger. So for me, that's the power of this company. It's so much bigger than we think. And I'm glad we're part of it. And I'm glad Zach's getting more and more part of it. In fact, I left a message with Ash to watch it because I told him you'd be on, Zach. No, me and Zach have a lot in common. One thing I could tell you, every day, Zach came to see me. Every day. And Chris took care of me like any friend I've ever had, even more so. He got stuff for me. He was here for me. He was here for Dawn. In fact, I'm going to say it. He's not going to like it, but he's paying for the front porch to be put on. And the guy is a freaking maniac. He's almost done. It was a little more than I thought. Obviously, bills are coming in for the 15 trips to the ER. Most people get a bill for an ambulance once, not me, because they're even questioning it. Did you go back on this state, and this state? Yeah. Why? I really love the hospital. I mean, it's a freak. But anyway, yeah. No, it was and the funny thing is with Zach, his wife Toby, which is Taylor. I think Brittany, my daughter, called her Toby. We don't know why, but we call her Toby. She, at 9 years old, at least, she used to come up. She'd swim in our pool, and I would sit with the little girls, and we were talking about stuff and what do you want and what this. And she said, "I want Zach to be my boyfriend." Now at that point, she's like family. Zach said, "Yeah, right." So, and he's older, and that age gap when you're young is great. They wind up getting married. So cool. And they're living in the house he grew up in. And I'm living in the house I grew up in. Crazy. No, it was a good life, great life. And I want to keep going with it. And one thing about me getting plunged into the depths of hell is I now appreciate what really matters in life. And I'm going to share it with my family. And like I said, Ash was pretty blunt with me. It wasn't all sugar coated. You have a responsibility. You got to get out. There's a lot of people need to. So, in a nice way for Ash, he would never say this, but I'm going to translate. Get off your butt and get moving. And once I got where I'm not dizzy today, for the first time, I'm disoriented. In fact, the doctor told me yesterday, when you feel that way, make sure you're not walking. I said, walking? I'm doing therapy. But no, you could pass out and you'll have more problems than you have now. But last night, slept like a baby. No dizziness at all today. So God is good. And I thank you for all the prayers. I want to thank both these guys for being there for me always. Don't worry, I will be back and we'll pick up this live where it should be, because remember, it is Marty and Chris live. Okay?
Here we go again. Here we go. Marty, if you think I can't wait for you to come back. You hear my throat? He knows I'm busy. We had this discussion yesterday. I said, you just listen. If anything, first, number one priority, you got to be healthy. You got to be healthy because there's no way I can keep talking like I'm talking. I need you back. And like I said, no one, I'm going to say this again. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can replace Marty DeGarmo, especially in my life. I know in Ash's life, and I definitely know in Zachary's life. You're a one of a kind. Yep, you're going through some crud right now, but I see you're fighting. You're fighting. We want you to keep fighting because we all need you and we love you. And I'm not ignoring Zachary, but I tell you what, if I need to have a replacement, Zach's going to be my guy. He's going to be.
There you go.
Zach, what do you tell everyone? I think most people know. What do you do for a living?
I am a mailman for the Postal Service.
How many years you been doing that?
It'll be 20 years coming up in January.
Nice. And let me ask you this. I mean, I can actually say no one really enjoys their job. What's the first thing you can do when this company takes off? What are you going to think about in the next year after we take off? What's one of the big things that you want to do?
First thing is retire the wife.
Yeah.
Then it would be me. But thing would be she wouldn't have to work again, and then focus on other things that matter. And then me, and then take care of the family.
Very good. See, you're just like his daddy. You're just like your daddy, right? Exactly like your daddy. Well, Zachary, Marty, is there anything else you want to ask, Zach?
Make sure you go over and see Mom. She's got, oh, by the way, Jaden.
Oh, that's right.
His ankle is purple.
Yeah, it's nasty looking.
But he's going to milk this thing for everything she's got. Anyway, Dawn's going to take him to emergency room. Not the emergency. There's something if you're under 12. I think it's called CHIP, where they take you right through. Because if she goes to urgent care, they're going to send them there anyway. Yeah. And then Zach's going to go there, and he might have to go get JJ. And then he's going to come see his daddy.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks, everybody. We got a big crowd today, Zach.
Yeah.
A lot of people. A lot of people here today. You know why they're here? You know why people are watching this? It's
Zach.
It's definitely Zachary.
It's Marty made an appearance.
No. They see me all the time.
All the time. All the time we see him, but we don't see him enough. So, DeGarmo, get your butt better. Keep fighting the good fight, as I always tell Ash. Keep fighting the good fight. Zachary, I want to say thank you for being a great son to your father and to your mom. I know it hasn't been easy for the last month or so. You've been running around. Everyone's been running around, and Marty's sitting in the bed all day. We can't figure that one out. But
I'd rather be running around. Hey, listen, Zach, did you see the pictures of what Chris did to his backyard?
No. What, the newest one?
Yeah.
With the shark and the...
No, even after that.
The palm trees?
If you ever want to go up there and go see Chris, he's got a beautiful backyard, swimming pool, movie stars.
And I would say, Zach, come on over. Zachary, one thing I loved about him, we were sitting in a restaurant, and I said, if you guys want to get a drink or something, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not a real big... I like to party, don't get me wrong. And Zach says, I'm really not into that. And I actually, my heart grew bigger for the guy. Because when you see Zach is big guy, big burly guy, if you put a tattoo on his neck, he'd look just like a biker. But when he said, no, I don't really drink. And I'm like, I really love you now. And I'm not saying drinking's a bad thing, but listen, Ash says this all the time. Marty says this all the time. Surround yourself with people that are good. that want the same thing as you did. And Zachary is definitely in my circle, along with his wife Toby or Taylor. We'll call her TT. All right. This is what Ashbafar has done.
I don't think you should call her Titty.
I didn't say
TT.
No, I mean maybe where you live, that's okay.
I said TT. I didn't say that word.
I got bad hearing.
I think so. Bad mind too. On that note, Zach, I want to thank you very much for coming on. Do me a favor when you see your dad today, right in the back of the head for that one.
Oh yeah.
Did you tell him about the arm wrestling we used to do?
Oh,
Go ahead.
this guy basically has a thigh to his shoulder. So like when we were kids, we could not. I mean, even as an adult, up until I was like mid-20s, I could not beat my dad. We even tried like 2 arms and couldn't beat him. We used to have this thing when he just go around the table slamming people through it, even their dads if they came up at any point. I mean, he was unbelievable at arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Now he can't even open a box.
Yeah. Now I can't open the cap of a freaking water bottle.
It's the heaviest bottle and the tightest of all time.
Anyway, we used to have fun. See you guys. Zach, thanks for coming. Chris, thanks
you for having me.
You got it,
And
man. I'll end it because last time you ended it and we were still live for 10 minutes. But thanks for both of you. I appreciate you both. Love you both. Every day we wake up, it's going to get better. Not only for your health, Mr. DeGarmo, but for success. Our success. If you're looking at Zachary real quick, that's a legacy right there. Marty's done this for his family for years. All of them are involved. They just don't know it yet. But that's the legacy that we all want for our families. This is what Ashbafar has done for all of us. As you can see, Zachary's just a really nice guy. You know, literally, no act. This is how he is all the time. He's quiet. I wouldn't say he's shy, but he's a humble guy. Let's put it that way. So, but Zach, I want to thank you very much for coming on here. And I thought you'd be nervous, but I didn't see anything at all nervous. You were great. Next time we're gonna have to get Toby on here.
one more thing. That guy that your friend putting the porch in, Zach, he thinks you're coming around 10. Is that true?
I said I could be coming around 10 or 11. It was depending on the live and oil change and stuff like that.
Well, you still got to do the oil change?
Yeah. Why?
You'll go. Well, Dawn just said he said you were coming. I want to be able to tell him you'll be here maybe 11:30, 12.
Yeah, I'll be by.
Okay, bye.
It's before. Yeah.
Look at him.
I love how he said, okay,
I
bye.
know.
Like, man.
Probably talking to Don.
Okay, mute.
Zachary, yeah. Zachary, I love you, man. I'm really glad that you're part of my life. I'm glad I got to meet you. Look forward to doing more things in the future. Anytime you want to come to Michigan and go for a swim or just go out to dinner, I'm right there with you, man. But we love you. Give your wife a big hug for me. And like I said, thanks again for being a great kid. You have a great day. I love you. Any last words, Zachary?
No, love you all. Thank you for everything, Chris, and being a great friend of my dad. And I'm sure we'll be talking.
Always. All right, brother. Look at this is Marty right here. This is what he does. Just watch him. Look at him. He doesn't even know he's on. He doesn't even know he's on. Well, I can have fun with this one all day long, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to delete him. Watch this. Bye, Marty. All right, Zach. I love you, man. Be good.
All right. Love you too. Later.
Bye.